What's going on, guys? Welcome. What's up, Jeff E? What's up, Peyton Baker, DZ Gamer, Ron Wilson? What's going on, Ron? Good to see you. How you feeling, man? Noah, what's going on, Noah? The Nacho Skier. Wanacom Yiners. Oscar, what's going on, man? Shane. Tropical Projects with Matt. Hook and Lips Fishing. What's going on, everyone? Ian J. Thank you guys for being here for another stream. What's going on, Mark? What's up, Eric? I appreciate all the videos that you sent me, man. I'm going to be showing one of them today. I have a few clips. DC sent me a few clips, so I'm going to show some DC clips, Eric Gulseth clip, and then the usual Garage Gang. Ben Shorehouse, thank you for 4 months, Ben. I appreciate you, man. What's up, Logan? JRM, TNT Alex, Crux YT fan, hello, hello. Old Potato, hello. What's up, Joe? Is it an awesome haircut? I don't know about awesome haircut, but I did cut my hair a good amount. I got a good amount cut off. It looks awful without a hat on, so. But I literally just got it cut like today, so. I'm going through some personal changes, and I felt that a haircut was well needed. Good session at Squires today. Upper Mountain skied nicely. Heck yeah, man. Glad to hear that. What's up, Al Sutton? Would you recommend the boot heaters you use? They've worked out well for me. I mean, I've never used any other boot heaters. I think the app that comes with them is very easy to use. You know, I don't even really think that I have boot heaters on. It's not like I haven't tailored my skiing. I haven't babied the boot heaters, and yeah, I mean, I think the boot heaters have been a great addition. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. Pretty weird weather patterns for been great in the Bulls. Awesome, man. I'll be heading up to British Columbia in a few weeks. What's up, Lewis? Mike K. What's up, Bon Rogers? Thanks for the stickers. Love them. Thanks for ordering, Billy. I'm glad you got them. Mason Kendrick, welcome back to the Stoke Squad, my friend. When's the meetup at Park City? Park City meetup is March 9th. March 9th, which is a Saturday at Park City Mountain. Michael Rubinton. Michael, thank you for the 1999. Heading to Park City for my bachelor party on the 1st. Stoked. That's going to be an awesome bachelor party, man. Good time to come. Right after Sundance, before President's Week. You know, February typically is one of our most snowy months. And yeah, good time to come, man. Congratulations on getting hitched. You should come to Colorado. I was just in Aspen a little while ago, but Colorado's great. What's up, Jerry? Odin Grubin. What's going on, man? What I would have given for boot heaters. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit, you know, I don't think I could ever go back to not having boot heaters, but it's a very sort of minimally invasive thing. I thought you would feel like, you know, like when you put a hand warmer in or a foot warmer, like you feel it. You really don't feel, it's not like you, at least with the ones I have, you don't actively really feel heat. My feet just don't get cold anymore. So it's a cool thing. They kind of fit right in with custom footbeds or whatever you have going on. So I think if you're struggling with cold feet, boot heaters are a great sort of option that, yeah. What's up, Mark, with the 5? Let's get the Stoke Squad rolling. Skiing has been awesome this season in the Mid-Atlantic. Praying the rain doesn't ruin the fun. Mark, I'm so glad to hear that, man. I've heard that the East Coast and stuff like that have had a relatively good year, which is great to see, man. So, Stoke Squad rolling, man. Thank you for the 5, Mark. Keep it up, dude. Park City is in Utah. When you go skiing, how long do you stay? Probably about 3 or 4 hours is pretty average, depending on kind of the conditions. But 3 hours, maybe 4. I mean, I definitely don't ski bell to bell. There's no way. Why do you use the GoPro Max over Insta? I've never used the Insta at all. I think the GoPro Max is just better quality. It's a lot harder to use, but I think just the image and what I can do with it, and how it integrates into Adobe Premiere Pro is way nicer. But Insta-X3, I've never used it before, but I've heard that the app and stuff like that from just a general sort of consumer standpoint is a lot easier to use. Yeah, I think the GoPro Max at the end of the day creates a better image quality than the Insta. What boot heaters do you have? That is a good question. Yeah, the Therm IC boot heaters. There you go. I don't know it off the top of my head, but thermic boot heaters. Yeah, those are the ones. It's insane how noticeable difference in the snow quality of summer can be see. Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get twice the amount of snow up in Little Cottonwood Canyon and just better snow in general. So Little Cottonwood Canyon will always ski better than Park City. How's it going in Utah? We're starting to thaw here on the East Coast. Kind of here too. I mean, it's been, I don't think we've seen the sun in like 2 or 3 weeks, but it's been kind of unseasonably warm, and it's supposed to get even warmer next week. I saw 50 degrees in Park City next week, which is pretty warm for like end of January, February. So I don't know. What's up, Chris Noddy? Ron Wilson, you sound a lot better. Yeah, I definitely am feeling 100%. I just had some sort of virus for a good 5 days. But I probably cleared up around Friday of last week, so I'm definitely a lot better. But yeah, that was... Yeah. If I'm trying to film with my phone when skiing, how I do? Are you asking me something? Are you asking me how to film with your phone? JJ's held up for sure. Ended up going to Breck for 2 days and 1 day at Vail. Absolute blast. On a real note, might have to move out west. It's hard to go back. Once you experience some western skiing. Breck and Vail, those are both great places. But I'm glad the JJ's worked well, man. Glad the JJ's worked well. Flying out to Denver to ski Breck, Vail, and Keystone, looking like warm weather next week. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty warm next week. But you can change overnight and I guess enjoy the sunshine, maybe get some slush conditions, but yeah, we're out there during the blizzard. Nice. So you got like great conditions, especially for the JJ. Hey, Lucas, back after a little bit. East Coast been decent so far, having a blast on the declivities. Nice, Sean. Do you have the 102s or what, or 92s? What do you have? When's the next video? I think I'll probably ski Friday when I think we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow, but yeah, just having some down days right now, so video will come when the video comes. Spent last week in Hunter Mountain. Nice, Pete. Glad to hear that. Last time I went to Park City, last Conwood was closed this snowfall. Yeah, that can definitely happen. I mean, there's a lot of safety concerns in Little Cottonwood Canyon, both from road avalanches, just safety for the plows and the UDOT, stuff like that. So that is probably the biggest drawback of Little Cottonwood, but just know it's for your safety and everyone else's safety. So if it snows too much and conditions are too gnarly, they definitely close the canyon. What's up, Chris Hugenberg? The week we had below freezing with Spirit lifting for me, felt right in the sunlight, was awesome. Do you have any upcoming trips to other ski resorts? February 3rd, I'm flying up to British Columbia. I'll be skiing Kicking Horse and Revelstoke. So that's probably my next trip planned is British Columbia. Chris Noddy, 10 months. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Would you consider going for a demo day, making a video and trying some different skis? Yeah, I think that would be cool. I think if a ski shop kind of wants to partner and do it together, I'm down. But I'm not the most gear orientated person, and I've never used anything. I don't want to say never, but I haven't used anything under 106 millimeter in a very, very long time. So, yeah, I think it'd be cool to try some stuff out, but Alta Bird got twice our entire Montana so far in a weekend. Yeah. I mean, I try to say it. I mean, I guess I try not to beat a dead horse, but there's no place, in my opinion, maybe other than like Alaska and Alyeska, but there's really no place in the lower 48 that's as good as Alta Snowbird. There just isn't. I'm not saying there's not other incredible places out there, whether it's Crested Butte or whatever, and every place is great when it snows, but if you want to just talk about pure consistency, Little Cottonwood Canyon is the best place in the country. What's up, Chin? How you doing, man? Have you ever been to Keystone? I used to live in Colorado, so I used to ski Keystone a lot more. I believe North Bowl and South Bowl in the back are double black open bowls that are access. You might have to hike it. I don't know. I would just look at the trail map, dude. The trail map should show you everything, but I'm not a huge fan of Keystone. It doesn't mean it's not good. It's not one of the mountains that ranks high for me. But Breckenridge is close to Keystone and has some of that stuff you're asking for. X Games are this weekend, yeah. Oh, wow, the money you're saving from not driving will be used for new rig next year. It's definitely been a sort of breath of, yeah, it's a double-edged sword because, it pains me not to go in Luna, but it's also been nice to not spend so much money and the anxiety of traveling with her, but I don't know what my plan is at the moment. Andrew Brenner, welcome to Stoke Squad. Thank you. In the morning, in the middle of the week, what time would be best to go to Alta? I mean, if you're during a weekday and there's no new snow, I mean, you could go up whenever. Really during the week, you're pretty safe. If it's a big POW day, I mean, that's a different story, but I did get a haircut, Chin. Yeah, I cut a good amount of hair off, actually. Where'd you set your bindings? I just set them at the factory recommended place. I feel like if you have to ask where you should put your bindings, you should probably just be at the factory recommended spot. Adjusting your bindings, the location of the mount point, I just think is really reserved for advanced skiers or people who really have a purpose for what they're doing. But other than that, the engineers of the ski design the ski to be utilized with the binding at a specific spot. So unless you are a pro skier, Sammy Carlson, let's say, who exactly you want your skis 3 centimeters back from the center, I think for 99% of people, the factory recommended mount point is good for most people. A 61 millimeter mogul ski, that'd be fun. I do want to rip a proper mogul ski. I don't have any photochromatic lenses. I believe they do make them, but I don't have photochromatic lenses. SLC mountains have been super quiet this week, really strange. Yeah, I mean, I feel like ski season in general has been pretty relatively quiet, but I just think the lack of snow and stuff like that might have made, I don't know. It's also kind of that weird in between. Sundance is going on up in Park City, so Mayflower no more, Deer Valley East Village now. Interesting. I didn't know that. So did Deer Valley... Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. That doesn't mean they bought it, but that means that they probably they don't even want another sort of place next to it. Only ever skied New England. Got to go out west this year. Nice, man. Yeah, that'd be an awesome trip. I would love to do a Europe trip at some point in my life. I don't have any plans for it though, Chris, but that would be really a cool experience. 3 buckles in a strap. Would it be an upgrade to get 4 buckles in a strap? I don't think it's necessarily just a straight upgrade for 4 buckles. I guess I'm saying is, I think Del Bello does a great job with their boots, so I wouldn't necessarily say 3 buckles versus 4 is not as solid. I believe my old boots only had 3 buckles. I think the bigger conversation is a 2-piece boot versus 3-piece boot. You know, you could argue maybe 4 buckles, which give you a little bit more adjustability and sort of micro tightening, if that makes sense. But I don't know if it's necessarily an upgrade versus not. S3 trails that hit in the back walls of Vail. I have no idea. I've like went to Vail a very, very limited amount of times. I know we're in the middle of ski season, but do you have dreams about mountain biking at Deer Valley? Not right now, no. I thought biking at Deer Valley was great. I'm excited to, you know, go out more this summer, but I'm not necessarily like dying to go mountain biking right now at Deer Valley. But sometimes I do miss the, well, not sometimes. I do definitely miss the summer in the mountains and just sort of like riding up to a chairlift. No one's there. You get on the chairlift. It's a really sort of surreal and serene feeling. What is your favorite mountain in Utah besides Alta Bird? Have you ever skied the Midwest? No, I have not. Favorite mountain in Utah besides Alta Bird? I don't know. Probably. I'm probably gonna have to go with Park City. Park City. Just I think I have a connection to it with how much I've skied it, but I enjoy skiing Park City. We like zipline out or a full kit, but I found the Storm Yellow to be a bit too dark for snowy and whiteout conditions. You should try the Skyburst. That's the one that I've been using. I think they're new this year. And I feel like the Skyburst has been great for stormy stuff, but I don't know which one you have. Always entertaining to talk to people who think they know more. Yeah, it's probably, I'm not necessarily implying that that person was saying that. I'm just, yeah. I just think when it comes to ski discussions, when some of the DMs I get and the questions that I get, it's just like, I feel like if you're asking that certain question, you know, it's a sign that, you know, that's all I'm getting at. Whether it's ski length and stuff like that, like, eat up a ski food video where you just go over your best breakfasts and best ski lodge lunches. Love your videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. Boa. Dude, I think Boa is going to be my move for next season. I don't necessarily want to go through a whole new boot process right now, but I am definitely kind of, yeah, sold on the Boas. Any plans to be back in Summit County or Steamboat? Not at the moment. No, I don't have any plans to be back in. I would see myself at Steamboat before Summit County, but at the moment, traveling is pretty limited. I think, I mean, better is such a tough sort of word to define, but I enjoy skiing Park City more simply because of sort of the flow of the major lifts there and the Jupiter side. Canyons is great. I think it serves a different purpose. If you're more of an intermediate skier, I think Canyons has some really fun runs. I think it's easier to get off the bottom at Park City. I think Mother Lode, Silver Lode, Bonanza, Thanes, they all come to a very central point on the mountain to make getting to different parts very easy, where sometimes I feel like Canyon side can be a little bit more complicated. Does Park improve Big Mountain game, or is Park... I think if you look at any big mountain skier, a lot of them have come from a Park background. And I just think if you can be solid at a lot of disciplines in skiing, you know, Park will definitely teach you air awareness, being comfortable in the air, which I would assume goes hand in hand with Big Mountain. So I don't think park isn't important. Did you hear Killington had rescued 23 people? I saw your post in the Discord, Bon, and I looked it up. I thought maybe it was like an avalanche situation, but it was just like people got lost in the backcountry, like snowshoeing. I was kind of like confused. Chamonix is the place to go if you go to Europe. Chamonix. I don't have them, but I got the Skyburst. Yeah, the Skyburst has been my go-to lens for any sort of low light. I don't know what, like how they work, but they're very solid for storm skiing. Are you restocking stickers? I'm not sure. I might just do a small restock of the helmet stickers. I might do a small restock of just the helmet stickers, but our Papa Joe entered Live Plan to be the, you know, I don't know that. I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. I would think it's more likely for Joe to be at the meetup over Liv, but I could be wrong. I think Pablo may have been asking about DIN settings and not mount points. Okay. My DINs are set at 12. I don't recommend. I'm not saying that's what other people should set their DINs at, as it's a product of a lot of things. But my DINs are at 12 for people who want to know, but I'm not responsible if you hurt yourself. Do you use powder baskets or just normal ones? Mine are powder baskets. I find normal baskets just they don't do very well, obviously, when you get into powder, and I don't find a powder basket to be super impeding when I'm not skiing powder, and I don't want to change my baskets around. I do have another set of poles that I don't use. I have another pair of zipline poles that have a normal basket on them, but any update on the heater van situation? Not really. I haven't really done much with it, to be honest. Any plans on maybe coming down to Maine? There's no plans on coming to Maine. I'm going to try BOA next season. My mom, I know Jay's on BOAs. And my mom is on BOAs now. My mom loves her boots also. She said she has a hard time getting them on her foot. And I think that's because with a boot with a normal buckles at the bottom, you can kind of spread it apart and get your foot in there. But I feel like with the BOAs, the boot doesn't pull apart as easily. So kind of an interesting point. And you know, my mom's 60 years old. She, you know, and boots can be hard to get on in general. So I have backcountry poles, but I live in the East Coast and not done backcountry once. Well, when you do, you'll have the right poles. They decked a resort boundary rope. What's up, Justin? With children and then had to be rescued. Yikes. So they were skiing and they left the resort, or how did that work? Eric Gulseth with the 5 gifted. Eric, thank you, my friend. Michael, Steve, the Mountain Youth, Adarsh, Wanacom. Welcome. Eric, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate you, man. Do you normally tree skis alone and isn't dangerous with tree wells and stuff? I do most of my skiing alone, so yeah, that includes trees. I think it's very important, because I get this comment a lot. I think it's very important to understand where tree wells are going to be. Not all trees have tree wells, and I think that's very important to learn and know. When I'm in areas with tree wells, such as a place like Mammoth Mountain, Mount Hood Meadows, Crystal Mountain, the Pacific Northwest in general typically has more tree wells. When I'm skiing an area like Indicator at Jupiter, those trees almost, I'm not saying there's no tree wells, but those trees for the most part, because most of them are just aspens, they really don't have any sort of tree wells. So I think it's important to understand the setting you're in, the trees that you're around, because just because there's trees doesn't necessarily mean there's tree wells. Isn't it dangerous with tree wells? Absolutely. Skiing is dangerous. You know, one day am I going to fucking die in a tree well? Likely. So it's all about your own risk that you want to take. You know, skiing in general is dangerous. Racing cars is dangerous. Driving your car in the street is dangerous. So, does it mean I'm not going to ski trees? Absolutely not. Hey, Lucas, just got my Stoke Squad sticker. Looks at the top of my skis. Thank you, Austin. I'm glad you received it, my friend. I set one ski at 19, other at 2. Now that's legit. What run would you recommend at Park City? What are you looking for? Are you an advanced skier? Are you an intermediate skier? Are you looking for moguls? Are you not looking for moguls? Are you looking for a steep groomer? Are you looking for a cruiser? Can you rank 9990 Jupiter, Little Cloud, Jackson, Holes, Tram, and Blue Sky Basin terrain? Can you rank 9990 Jupiter, Little Cloud? Those are all kind of different. I mean, I think Jackson Hole Tram is going to be number 1 because of what you can ski. Well, I don't know. Little Cloud, I rank 1 because you can still get to the Cirque. Little Cloud, Jackson Hole, Jupiter 9990, Blue Sky Basin. I don't know. Got to ski at Wintergreen in Virginia with Eric from Discord. He said he's coming out to the meetup this March. Let's go. Wintergreen in Virginia. Plans on Cali? Mammoth, if anything. What's up, Justin Bayola? Good to see you, man. We got 2 Justins in here. If you want to hit some powder at Park City, what runs would you suggest? If you want to hit some powder, you got to have a snowstorm. Number 1. There just won't. There aren't just runs that will just hold powder. So you just, you know, you gotta ski after a storm if you want powder. I'll say that. Nice dude might have been 92s. I World Cup in the boots with my zip fits on and have opened the lower shell sometimes while they go right in. Oh, I forgot you're also rocking zip fits. Yeah, and I was gonna see if they make a tool that splits the boot, and like, you know, they have like those things for shoes that you like put in the heel and it like slides your foot in. I don't know if they make something for a boot. I don't know, I just feel bad, you know, like, yeah, like I said, my mom is older and she doesn't have the strength to like yank the boot apart. And how about Joe leads an over 60s meetup at Park City? I think Joe would want to be a part of the normal meetup, to be honest. Can't fall in trail when there's 15-25 inches of base. I've been warming the shells up first. I heard that works. Do you do that? Do you usually do that in your office and you like go out and ski, or can you warm your shells up somehow, like from your car, let's say? Like if my mom's driving to the mountain, right, and she's got to put her boots on. Resort skis, we followed each other to put one back because it was hard not to. Once they got on the wrist, they were stuck and called rescue. Yeah, that is not a good look. Joe's not here. He could outski the 20-year-olds. Steep groom or double black at Park City? I would just go to Jupiter if you're looking for double black. I mean, there's no groomer terrain, but Jupiter is going to be, in my opinion, the best for double black. What's your favorite area of Snowbird? I enjoy the Cirque. And like the left side of the Cirque, I think is really fun. I don't really like, I mean, I don't want to say I don't like Mineral Basin. I'm just not a huge Mineral Basin fan. I think GAD 2 is a really fun chairlift as well. I was at Killington and heard before Ghana was definitely cold and windy. They had not been rescued. They would have been in trouble. Day 2, Justin. Let's go. John, what's up, man? Grapple Gang with the 5. And Nathan Phillips with the 5. Thank you, guys. Hello, Lucas. Take this 5. I grab a snack. Hope all is well. Tomorrow should be a nice storm to hold us over. It's been a great season. I agree. Nice little... I don't know. They're calling for what? 7-8 inches maybe up at Alta? I think with the 5, John. Nathan Phillips. Keep up the good work. Solid content. Thank you, man. I appreciate the first super chat on the live stream. I appreciate you guys. If you ain't first, you're getting them leftovers. Yeah. I don't mean to be a downer, but I mean, yeah, everything will be skied up in a day, and that's just the way it goes. That's not to say you can't find some little stashes of untouched snow, but there's not like an area that's just not going to get skied if everything is open. Watch for a while now. You have truly inspired me. Just bought a GoPro. Thank you for watching, Chris. I'm glad you copped a GoPro, my friend. Number 1 ski resort of all time in my. What's your favorite run ever and lift? That's a hard. The favorite run ever. That's a hard thing. I mean, I really like the tram at Snowbird. Probably my favorite lift. I don't even remember the Royal Elk Glade at Beaver. Did I? I know you have skied it. Have I skied it? It's my favorite run. My favorite lift is definitely 9990. That's a good lift as well. The views off 9990 are beautiful. What's up, Dakota? Boot warmer or I throw them under the passenger dash to crank the heat. That makes sense. That's probably a realistic sort of a realistic thing for my mom. I also think the boot is so new. And it's a 110 flex, which is a little, or is it 105? And anyways, it's a stiffer flex boot, so I just think they're just still so new. Sounds like a lot of people put them in the passenger seat, crank the heat up. Do you think snowboarders or skiers get more sore after shredding a deep powder day? I have no idea. I've never snowboarded, so I don't know the muscles that are necessarily activated. I just think it really depends on who's more accustomed to skiing or riding, you know? If you haven't rode in a while, I don't think it really matters what you are. You're going to be more sore. Is there anything we can do about all these? Feels like it's worse. You know, we've tried. I feel like we've tried to do a frequently asked questions section, but it just doesn't, you know, it just doesn't really work. I don't mind them because the reality is people come and go on YouTube, right? There's people who don't even know what kind of skis I use, right? And there's other people, you know, there's people who are every week and watch every video and they know about my life, so it's just different, right? They know every ski I have. They know what my favorite mountain is. And then there's people who might have just discovered the channel and this is their first live stream. So it's a hard thing to sort of, you know, it just is what it is. It's just part of it. So I don't mind. That is why we have the moderators, Justin, Jay, for little stuff. Typically they can help facilitate some of those, but you know. Heated boot bag, that's another good option, Kevin. Hi, Luke's new to GoPro. How do you get that footage when it appears camera is disconnected in front of you, slightly above? That is with a GoPro 360 camera and a pole. And the pole gets erased in editing, so it looks like the camera's floating out in front. But the trick is that it is a 360 camera. Thank you, Justin. Link to the shoehorn for mom on IG. Hottronic micro dry heating system. I highly recommend both wall and car layer dries boots overnight. Heating boots risk having punches revert to the original shape if you have them. Best place for finding stats is DV. I could agree with that. Go to Deer Valley after the storm and you can typically still find some fresh snow. My 11-year-old daughter and I have been watching you since our trip to Park City. Love to hear that. Love to hear the father-daughter, father-son, mother-son combination. What's your favorite paintball marker? I really like the Lux's. The Lux TM40. Are doing any skiing or collabs with Abe Kislevitz this season? I don't have anything planned. I believe he might be up in British Columbia when we go heli skiing. I don't know that for sure, so I might see Abe then. So we're not going to look at the flow, Lucas. There really is no flow. I cut a lot of the hair off. I'm not taking my hat off. All I said was, I don't want to look like Lord Farquaad, because last time I got a haircut, they made me look like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. And so I think she did a better job, but I still look like crap, so... That's about the only look you're getting. It does feel good though. My hair was getting long and just like, there's something kind of like freeing about a haircut. Kind of like resets. Is the heli skiing company you are using later this year the one that was involved in the crash up in BC? Is this a recent crash or is this the crash from last year? I'm going with an outfit called CMH Purcell. They were involved in a pretty big accident last year where people did die in avalanches. But that's the risk you take when you go heli skiing, you know. I've been neglected. Please save me from the dark depths of Luna, says the Stoke Elks. The Stoke Elks will never be neglected or forgotten. I am enjoying the White Walkers. Chris, what's up, man? Hope you're good. Been loving all the hard charging. Thank you. Today was sick at the bird, considering no recent storms. Bluebird Day on both front and back side. Love to hear that. That's why the bird's awesome, even when it doesn't snow. It's great. Medium of media, what's going on? Haven't skied the snowbird yet. Best line to hit first. Great Scott to Mach Schnell if you're an advanced skier. Nothing like jumping into a Great Scott. The Insta360 Puma looks very cool. Looks very cool. It's about time we've had something created like that. Chris Naughty with the $9.99. Thank you, Chris. Prank for Snow Not Rain. Meetup coming soon. I know. Meetup is coming up soon. Taking a few of my... Thank you for the $9.99. I think, you know, we'll get snow. We'll get snow. Taking a few of my buddies who can't ski to Park City for the bachelor party. Should I teach them or have them take lessons? Thought Squad. Here's my take on it, and this is just me. I think if you're going for your bachelor party and you want to ski, I think it's going to be tough to teach someone how to ski. I think you're going to be spending your whole day, you know, down on a bunny slope. Now, if it's just about being with your friends and whatnot, that's a different story. But if you want to actually come to ski, I think, you know, I don't think there's any shame in going out and skiing by yourself for a little bit or with other people. You know, that's my take on it. It is, you know, I've been dealing with a little bit more with my girlfriend Tara, who's just on a whole different level of skiing. So when I go ski with her, it just makes me realize, like, you know, it's a little bit different. The Zipline bag. I know. I'm excited to use mine next week or whatever. I fly out Sunday. Not this Sunday. Next Sunday. February 3rd. Jupiter Peak or Aspen Highland Bowl. Scott's Bowl off Jupiter or McConkey's Bowl. Great Scott or Stone Creek Chutes. Jupiter Peak for sure over Aspen or Highland Bowl. Scott's Bowl for sure over McConkey's. And Great Scott for sure over Stone Creek Chutes. Do you plan to make it back up to Grand Targhee? Maybe. What's up, Lojo? We upgraded to Hero 11, Hero 12, and so nice anyways last one, and then they did a Hero 10s. Yeah, one of the biggest changes they made to the Hero 12 was improving the battery management, sort of improving the way the GoPro manages the battery. So even though the battery is the same size as it's been for a while, the way the Hero 12 uses the battery has been improved. And one of the things they did was they removed GPS from the Hero 12. So if you guys remember in older GoPros, you could add telemetry and stuff like that. They actually took out GPS from the Hero 12. You know, some people might have liked the GPS, but that's an example of how they've improved and gotten more out of the same battery. Lord Farquaad, look him up. That's exactly, you know, look at. I mean, I tried to save myself from it. I just say that I want my hair. You know what it feels like to go into a barber and say I want my hair layered, you know? Lucas, you do a great job with the live stream. So unique for us to interact with you and seeing your awesome videos. Jeff, I appreciate that, the support. The live streams have been a great addition and sort of staple. And I think this is my 110th live stream based on my calculations. It's been fun for sure. But thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I'm going to British Columbia February 3rd to like the 7th or 8th. And then I will be back in March, the weekend after the meetup. I fly back up there. Short King. What's up, Michael S? Have you done any avalanche training? No, I have not. I have no avalanche training. Other than whatever they give you before you go heli skiing and cat skiing. But yeah, no avalanche training. Do you use a mic with your GoPro? I do not. The mic from the GoPro Max, yeah, I just, whatever the GoPro, I don't use a mic, put it that way. It's all just native from the GoPro. I think the GoPro Max does a great job capturing audio. You still look like the Lord. Great Scott, Tamak Schnell, if you Joe. How are you able to use music in videos? I pay a monthly subscription to a website called Epidemic Sound, and then you connect your YouTube account to the account you make, and then you are able to use, you know, then I pick for any song I want from the database. So there's other websites like Artlist, Soundstripe, you know, there's big databases that you pay a monthly subscription to, and it allows you to, yeah, use music without royalty free. I mean, there's other ways around it. You can like Google copyright free sounds and stuff like that, but you're always at risk of that producer copywriting it, and then the video that you have, you know, monetized, can't monetize anymore. So that's why royalty free music, if you are a YouTuber, is such a big deal. That's why not swearing and doing different things that's going to get you demonetized is a big deal, because if you make your living off of it, you want to make sure that the videos remain monetized. So yeah, that's why I can't use music from Drake or Eminem, and even, you know, that's all. If you're not worried about monetizing, hell, use whatever music you want. You just are going to get copyright warnings and stuff like that, but it's typically not a big deal. Oh, the accident in BC Monday was Northern Escapes heli skiing. 3 fatalities, 4 others critical. Helicopter hit the side of a mountain. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. That is not who I'm going with. Northern Escapes heli skiing. I would just say, like, as soon as you go any sort of heli skiing or even cat skiing, like, you are taking on a risk that you, as morbid as it sounds, might not make it back. Whether it's the helicopter crashing, you dying in an avalanche, like, if you're looking for a safe thing of skiing, I just wouldn't go anything in the backcountry, because they're not promising that you're not going to get buried in an avalanche, you know? Like, you're straight up going in the backcountry in a helicopter. So that is awful to hear, but I am not going with Northern Escapes heli skiing. But yes, I think riding in the helicopter is arguably more nerve-wracking than the actual skiing when it comes to heli skiing. I mean, I haven't done, you know, crazy stuff, but the helicopter rides through the mountains are pretty insane. Do you have an emergency plan if you do ever get in danger by yourself? At a resort, not really, to be honest. My plan is to, you know, hopefully someone will come and save me. DB ski bag ripped on second flight. Damn. I guess if the ski edge is sharp enough and it catches it just right, but that kind of sucks. 110th live stream, I believe so. Thumbnail templates. 111th. 111th. I've been watching your videos quite a lot, loving all the skiing. It's lifty at PC 5 years of work, Jupiter, McKenna 11, see how well you captured that terrain. Malibu, thank you so much. Thank you for your service as a lifty. The Jupiter lifties are something special, let me tell you that. Where are you going in British Columbia? I am going to Kicking Horse and Revelstoke. Kicking Horse for 2 days and Revelstoke for 1 day. I'm going with my dad, one of my sisters, and my second cousin, I believe, is the crew. So there's going to be 4 of us. Should be pretty good. I think my second cousin is a capable skier, but he's actually a doctor at my dad's practice. So he lives back in upstate New York. So he likes to go to the Bird every year and ski that terrain, but he doesn't ski like consistently, you know what I mean? My sister lives in Jackson Hole, so she skis a lot, all that sort of stuff, but should be fun. Wreck or Vale? I'm going to go with Breckenridge. Aspen or Beaver Creek? I'm going to go with Aspen. Park City or Snowbird? I'm going with Snowbird. Palisades or A Basin? I'm going with Palisades. I hope that answers your question. Chin, we're going to Park City after crew ski. Great time either way. Okay. I definitely enjoy the live stream. Chat's usually a very supportive group. Yes, they are, Mike. It is. That's probably the best part, is the chat themselves. Do you still recommend GoPro Max? Did you hear about the incident? Yes, we were talking about that earlier, Michael. Pretty crazy. Do you still recommend GoPro Max for everyday skiing? I would only recommend the GoPro Max if 1, you use Adobe Premiere Pro, and 2, you are familiar with editing. I think if you try to use the GoPro Max with the app, it's going to be very frustrating. I would just tell you to get the Insta360. a better option if you don't use any of that. Get the Hero 12 with the Max Lens Mod 2.0. If copyright music wasn't a thing, you could use any music. You know, I don't know. I almost feel like the database has helped me find my style, because if I just kind of was like, you could use any music you want, I feel like I wouldn't really know where to start. And in a way, the database, yeah, it sort of gives me ideas. I mean, I think I would try to still use similar stuff, but yeah, I can really find, I don't know, it's just so curated that I can find stuff. That's a good question, though. We saw your video trying the Cardo. We bought a pair and they work incredibly well. Better last many hours. Glad to hear that. Yeah, the Cardos were cool. That was definitely a cool way. I mean, I don't think it replaces a walkie-talkie, because a walkie-talkie works kind of, has a little bit more use to it, but being able to talk, to have a conversation when you ski is very cool. We're supposed to go heli skiing with NEH February 7th to 11th. Do you have a favorite YouTube channel aside from your own? I don't even like my own YouTube channel. Or any content outside of skiing that you watch. I mean, I go through phases, I think, like anyone else. I really don't watch a lot of ski stuff. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I just, yeah, I don't. A favorite YouTube channel. What happens if I just open up YouTube right now? I mean, it's obviously, it's a lot of music. I use YouTube to listen to most of my music. I mean, it just depends. Like right now I have a bunch of car stuff because I've just been hooked on like what it's like living with a Bugatti, whatever, you know, and I just like this POV video of just this dude like driving a Bugatti. It just depends. I mean, I like watching a lot of paintball stuff, you know. I don't really have a ton of super loyal YouTube channels, to be honest. Have you skied Silverton? I have not skied Silverton. How often do you wax your skis to perform a major tune-up? I don't remember the last time I waxed my skis or performed a major tune-up, to be honest. When are you going to ski in California again? I don't know, to be honest. It's a good question. Did you like Whistler or Blackcomb? I personally hate Blackcomb, but I love Whistler. Would you say them combined are better than PC, Brecker, Aspen? I'm gonna be honest, Tony, I don't even remember what side is what, Whistler or Blackcomb. I think I skied each side. Personally, I hate Blackcomb but love Whistler. Would you say them combined are better than Park City, Brecker, Aspen? I would put Whistler, Blackcomb above Park City, Breck, and Aspen for sure. I think Whistler Blackcomb has got to be one of the best mountains in the country. I mean, here's the thing. Park City, to be honest, is pretty damn mild. It just is. Like, there's really not a lot. There's not a ton of gnarly terrain. The shots are relatively short. You don't necessarily get a lot of vertical in any single lift. Breckenridge is very similar to Park City, in my opinion. You know, there's some fun stuff, but nothing like super crazy. And same with Aspen Snowmass, you know. I think your best bet is Highlands. But yeah, I mean, you're just you're not. I just think something like Whistler Blackcomb, that's its own that's its own beast of a mountain. I know you are loyal to GoPro, but I'd really love to see you give a shot to different action cameras. Yeah, interesting. I had a DJI reached out to me. I think it was December. They wanted me to try their their Action 4 thing. And they wanted me to compare it to the GoPro Hero 12. And they sent me this brief. I sent them a quote that I thought they would say no to because it was expensive. And they said yes. They sent me this brief. In the brief of the video, I had to make 2 videos. 1, a review of the camera, and 2, directly comparing the action camera to the Hero, to the GoPro. But they told me they had specific things I had to say why the DJI was better than the Hero 12. And I was just like, this just doesn't feel right. Like, I understand you're paying me, but I can't, you're telling me what to say. And you're telling me to say that the DJI is better than the Hero 12. And to be straight up with you guys, my relationship with Abe Kislevitz was worth more than the money they wanted to pay me. And I said no to it. Sometimes I kick myself for it because it would be a nice thing to have the money. And I don't think Abe really gives a shit. But that's how much I value the partnership. Not even the partnership. It's not even anything with Abe. That's how much I just value the fact that I have a friendship with Abe. But it just didn't sit right to me that they sent me this whole brief that was outlining what I had to say. So when people send stuff like, oh, look how much better this camera is, it's a sponsored video. You know what I mean? It's a sponsored video. Like, could I go buy one and just do my own review? Absolutely. I just don't really want to spend, $400 on a camera. But yeah, I just didn't want to do something that then Abe would just be like, yeah, GoPro has given me cameras, and if I need something, I could email this woman at GoPro. So I have that connection. GoPro doesn't pay me, right? They don't do any of that. So I was like, man, this could be a cool opportunity. But just didn't sit right with me. Didn't sit right to me. And it still wasn't worth the money, in my opinion. Eric Gulseth with the 527. Thank you, Eric. Stoke Chat's the only reason I show up. The on-screen talent is less than desirable. You know what, Eric? That's fair. I'll give you that one. That's fair. Maybe next stream it'll just be like a black screen. It'll just be my voice. Red Hot Chili Peppers. That'd be sick. Park City or Deer Valley? Ooh, this is a tough one. I've tried to think about this and have like an actual answer, but it's really hard for me to pick one over the other. It's like if I'm feeling stuff that's a little bit more gnarly, not even gnarly. I don't know. I feel like Park City, I can ski a little bit harder, and I have more options. If I want more of like a mellow day and I want to just ski some like soft pow, I feel like I go to Deer Valley. But both are great, man. I think Deer Valley's... I will always say I think Deer Valley's totally slept on. Luke doesn't scan anything less than 40-degree pitches. Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, I like sticking to the little steeper stuff. That's why I don't find myself really waxing or sharpening my edges. But as I always say, and I feel like I answer this once a stream, I'm not saying that waxing and tuning your skis is not the right thing to do. It is. It will make you glide on the snow better. You'll have a better edge on groomer. So I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just, I don't really care to be the fastest on a cat track. Like, I don't care if my edge gives out on a groomer. I don't know. It's weird. I just don't really care to have that, like, 100% performance when I ski. I just think it's part of it. It's like, oh, I'm skiing. Oh, I hit an icy patch. I slipped out. And I just also think if it's steep enough and it's deep enough, like you don't need a wax, you know? You don't need any of that stuff. So if I was like competing, right? If I don't know, then it's a different story, but can we get a tour of the van? There's probably 3 videos on the channel now of full van tours, like 20-25 minutes. There's full van tour videos. I just did one the start of this year. Park City is an excellent beginner to upper intermediate resort. I agree. I think Park City is a great place if you're an intermediate, hell, even like an advanced skier and you're trying to get into like sort of the next level. I think there's a lot of good stuff. But I think if you really want to go to like the next level, the Cottonwoods is kind of where you naturally sort of evolve into. You know what I mean? Hope to meet up with you at Alta or Bird in March, coming up from Cincinnati. Lucas Setter, another Lucas. This Tony guy's drill me with the comparisons. Do you like Whistler Blackcomb more than the Bird? Do you like Telluride more than Park City or Whistler Blackcomb? Do you like Whistler Blackcomb more than the Bird? No. I like the Bird more than Whistler. Do you like Telluride more than Park City? I never got a good read on Telluride. I've been there once, and the snow was really bad. I think I like Whistler more than Park City. I think Telluride's a really cool mountain, but I just don't have enough information to make a sort of valuable decision. You should have taken the cash, says Mike. You know what? Put it this way. I understand why people sell out and just are like, yeah, this YouTube channel has just become a sort of promotion place. I mean, you know, I didn't want to do it. I was like, you know, yeah, didn't sit right with me. I would have felt a little bit better if they were just like, here's the camera, you know, make a video on it. But still, man, the bigger thing was my relationship with Abe and the GoPro stuff. Like, I'm just, yeah, I don't know. Not in like, I don't even think, like I said, I don't even think it matters, right? I don't think it matters at all. It's just, at least to like Abe and GoPro, right? They don't give a shit. But I just like, I didn't want to use a DJI camera, then have something funky happen where it's like, you know, yeah. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Eric with the 1010, Cash Money Homie. Chris Hugenberg with the 1999. Justin with the 20. Joe with the 10. I appreciate you guys. Please don't do reviews with the script. Integrity is important. +1 for integrity. I mean, look, I totally understand that they send let's call it like a creative brief, let's say that, you know, where it's like, hey, here's some of the main points. It shoots this resolution. It's got this battery life. Like, I get that. And I need that because it helps know what the heck you're talking about. But when it gets into like, this is what you need to say, and like the title had to have specific keywords like DJI 4, and then it was like underscore better than, they wouldn't even type out the word GoPro. It was G asterisk 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 O. You know what I mean? So whatever. I mean, yeah. My creative background, I don't have any, to be honest. I have a degree in biochemistry and I have a business degree, a master's in business. So I don't have any sort of creative background. I would say my background is more analytical in the math and sciences, to be honest. Reading charts, following, you know, lab experiments, talking about cash flows, assets, liabilities, you know. I took a big lean into management and sort of how to work with people. How do you empower people? You know, how do you be a good leader? That was kind of where I found myself more in business school. But yeah, I don't necessarily have I didn't go to school for photo and video and stuff like that. So. Eric with the 20. Eric W. We have another Eric in here. Glooming on for the integrity. We halfway to your fee yet? I don't think we'll get halfway to the fee, but I appreciate the support on the integrity. I kind of wish it could have transpired differently, because I do feel like having knowledge of the different cameras would only help you guys. But hell, even if they just wanted to send me the camera and just be like, here you go, you know, enjoy. That's a different thing. I don't think if you get a free product that doesn't, in my opinion, that doesn't count as compensation, right? So that's why I don't, if you send me something, I'm not obligated to make a video on it, just because it's not payment, right? But, you know, I think like I got a PO box package from Outdoor Master. They sent me 2 pairs of goggles. I guess my PO box is in the description, right? But it's like, okay, they sent me goggles, but, you know. So I don't know. It's just, it was, I think it's a balance between, obviously, the integrity, which I hold very high, and sort of the transparency on the channel. But you also have to make money, right? I mean, there is a balance. So, Eric, thank you for the 5 gifted. Bon Rogers, 11 months. Bon Rogers with the 10 for integrity. And Chin with the 23 months. Chin, thank you, man. Toast your integrity and your character. Don't forget to make a living sometimes. If I were to support your Stoke Squad for life. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I think it's a valid point. As the season goes on, and you know, the other thing was I was kind of it was December, so that's kind of a bigger month, you know. As the season goes on and this stuff kind of declines, I'm like, man, I would have been nice, you know. But you know, you can't regret anything. You just got to keep moving forward. What's good, Lucas? Think I'm going to snowbird. Been Parks is running how the lift situation is. Since we're mainly lifts to the top, are the lines long? I wouldn't say the lines are really any longer than what you would find at Park City on a busy day. I mean, I think the bigger challenge with this snowbird is getting to the mountain. You can wait in the tram line sometimes. I mean, if it's a 3, 4, 5 tram wait, it can take about 30 minutes. But you know, it's part of the snowbird experience. I just wouldn't say that the lines are necessarily longer than other places. Or that Alta has a secret chalk stash not many people know about. Any thoughts where? I have no idea, Lucas Setter. I'm sure there's plenty of secret chalk stashes. Yeah, Mineral Basin's a good point. Mineral Basin can be long because there's no way out of there. So anyone who skis Mineral Basin, in order to get back to the mountain, you have to take Mineral Basin lift. And it's usually in the sun, right? Like, it's a nice sort of area to be in, but Mineral Basin kind of be long. Most guys, when they care and always take the money, and part of you not taking the bait. Relationships and friendships are way more valuable. Since like that may not benefit from the short term, but saying that I hold much more long term respect. I choose business ethics. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is what it is. This happened a while ago. It feels like at this point, it was just one of those situations where what happens is they reach out and they say, send over your rate card or what, you know, we want. They wanted 2 dedicated videos, which is, you know, that's an expensive thing, right? That means they want a full video just on their thing. And so then I sent them this quote and thinking like, you know, I'm going to make this so high where they're going to say no to it. And like 2 weeks later, they're like, yep, we want to do it, you know. And I was like, okay, shit. So then I had to back. Then I look like the jackass because I'm like, well, actually, never mind, you know. And so, but I just explained to them. I think they were fine. I was like, but if you guys want to work together in the future on a drone, I'm super down for that. Whatever. Might be going to Deer Valley for the first time. Are you a expert skier? Are you intermediate skier? I mean, what? I need a little bit more information because I would just say go to Empire and Lady Morgan, probably your best bet. But if you're not like an advanced skier, it might be a little bit more difficult. Nearly 24 months of feeding this fool. I know. I'm getting hungry too. I've tracked my food for the last 2 days. This is my second time tracking it. It's like, man, I'm trying to clean everything up, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? I'm cleaning it all up, my hair included. Gonna get to this much later, but I appreciate your upfront reviews. GoPro's handling your backpack thing led to the day tripper in the corner of my room. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, Abe, this was like last year. Abe connected me with one of like the senior marketing persons, you know. So when my backpack ripped, I emailed her. She sent me a backpack. One of my GoPro Max lenses scratched. So the camera necessarily wasn't even broken. I was just like, hey, I don't really like having this mark. She sent me a Max like the next day. You know, so GoPro has been very supportive, right? Like, and the fact that I can text Abe. I remember I texted Abe about a narwhal question. I had like, hey man, I'm not really getting the narwhal where I want it. And he helped me out a ton. So to me, that's invaluable. You know, but I guess the reality is everyone has a price. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everyone can be bought at some point, I would think. Gang of Erics. I know we have an Eric W and an Eric Gulsat. Only doing the PC day. RCA day's fun. That's a good day. We're going straight to Jupiter. Thanks for having integrity. I bought some Montec gear based in your recommendation. I'm very happy with it. I still I stand behind everything I said about Montec. I know I'm not using it, but you know I wouldn't have made those videos if I didn't. Yeah, and again, I had no. You know, I had no incentive to make those videos, so I think Montec is good stuff for the money, and for most people, I think the Montec gear is going to be great. I love my Armada gear, but I'm glad you like the Montec. It's Papa Joe ski every day. He doesn't. I mean, Joe actually lives in upstate New York, so Joe has been in New York. I believe he comes back out this weekend, and then we're actually flying up to British Columbia. But yeah, Joe, you know, Joe works, he works kind of like, he's like, what is it? He's like kind of in the process of trying to retire. So he'll work 2 weeks on, and then he'll be off for 2 weeks. So he doesn't ski. When he's here, he skis every day for sure. He'll like ski in the morning, then he'll go and ski mogul practice in the afternoon. You know, he is skiing all the time. Papa the Machine Joe. Joe got White Walkers. I forgot what happened, but Joe, he has a 102. He has got the 102 declivity actually, Jay. Then he's got my old ARV 106s, and he's got Nordica Enforcer 110s. And then his next ski after the 110 is the White Walker 121. So he has nothing from a 110 to a 121. And the 121, you really need to have like the right ski to use, or the right snow. So we ended up buying the 116 White Walker. Put look pivots on it. It's a sick setup. So now he's got the White Walker 116. No strings attached, and they can sell stuff. Yeah, see, I'm cool. Like, I think that's the way it should be. Like, if you want to send someone a product, you know, for free, no strings attached, like that's great. And then if, in my opinion, if the product is compelling enough, that person, the reviewer, would want to make a video on it or feature in a video. But I just don't think you can send someone a product and expect a video in return. That was also why I didn't do I had this whole thing with this van company. They wanted to put a limited slip in the van, but they didn't want to pay me. And they wanted 12 months of Instagram posts. They wanted 3 YouTube videos. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're asking way too much. You know, 12-month commitment to, like, I understand the payment isn't a limited slip, but I can't make the videos and stuff without your product. So it's not really compensation. And your limited slip doesn't put gas in my tank, you know, like. So I was like, and they're like, you know, we don't have any budget. It's like, okay, well then find someone else, because I'm not doing it. The quote was $7,000 from DJI. $7,000 for 2 videos. Are you planning to go to Jackson Hole? I'd love to go to Jackson Hole. How often are you home during ski season? I haven't traveled much this year. Son and I are back 17 days out of 24. 0 time to edit. Decode with a 420. Kevin Graham with a 499. What's up from the Garage Gang? And Jeff Carstairs with a 499. I appreciate you guys. 100K getting closer and closer. I guess slowly but surely, it's coming. Ice Coast, Best Coast. Are you buying a mountain bike this year? I do not know. I think if the right deal comes up, I will. I realistically at this point, I think I only want to spend around $2,000 on a bike. So yeah, I just don't want to jump into anything right now. You know, you see bikes for like 10 grand. I'm like, I'm not dropping that. I think $2,000 to get into it would be, you know, I don't know. I think that I could maybe find something that's still good for that price point. But bikes are expensive. Blade Mates doesn't do DJI. They really share with Apis price. I have DJI RC main gimbal for your camera. Maybe I can send you that to review. And I love DJI products. Like when I was in more like cinematography, I had their gimbals. I have the DJI drone. Like I think the company is a good company for sure. It has nothing to do with what I think of the company. It was more or less how the offer was presented. Drop a picture of Papa Joe's setup in the Discord. I should take a photo of it. That's a good idea. Let's see if he sells integrity with 100K subs. What's Joe use for moguls? Joe uses Fisher gun barrels. They're called gun barrels. It's a yellow and black ski. What does Joe do for a living? Joe is a board certified anesthesiologist. And then he specializes in pain management. And so he owns, but on top of that, he started his own medical practice called New York Spine and Wellness Center. So on top of being a doctor, he owns the practice amongst other partners now at this point, but he started it with another guy. So he essentially owns a chronic pain management center. So when someone, say you break your back, right, or whatever, you slip a disc and you have surgery for it or whatnot, and you're essentially going to be in pain for the rest of your life, Joe will do nerve blocks. He'll do trigger point injections. You know, he might prescribe medical cannabis, you know, so he does things to help people live with their pain focused in the spine. So he's usually doing nerve blocks, you know, injecting into nerves all up and down the spine. So that's what he does, if that made sense. Are you going to Mammoth this season? I would love to. Are you coming back to Colorado? I don't have any plans to come to Colorado at this right now, after my Aspen trip, but you have an MBA and quoted 7 for 2 videos. You should have asked for 15. Well, one, in my opinion, the NBA has nothing to do with it, right? I mean, the NBA is, in my opinion, it's not worthless, but the NBA doesn't really do much for the video. It doesn't, you know. They don't know I have an MBA, right? I mean, maybe it's in my email signature, but you know, I just think 15K per video. If you look at the rate, I mean, at the end of the day, I have 60,000 subscribers, not 600,000. I get maybe 20,000 views per video. So, in my opinion, that's just way above the market, you know, the market rate. I guess I could be wrong, but you know. Ron with the 20. Thank you for the 20, Ron. Church Stoke. Try the Moroccan olive oil, some za'atar, and a little samba. Oh, chili paste and some harissa on a flat papilla. Let's see here. The chili paste has been great. The olive oil has been great. I haven't tried the za'atar yet. And I'm still using that Vietnamese hot sauce you sent me is great, like on eggs and stuff, kind of anything. I'm probably going to use it tonight. I'm going to make some rice and whatever, ground beef. But thank you for the 20, man. Thank you for the stuff you sent me is stuff I would have never tried. So thank you for sending it to me. Going to be in Utah. Where would you suggest to skew some beginner training, lots of intermediate? Park City, Snow Basin, even Deer Valley. Solitude, well, yeah, Solitude would work. Solitude would work. You have so much influence on sales of 65, 7,000 is literally nothing. I mean, look, that's the... Yeah, I very well could be wrong, but I've also had people come to me and I send them my rates and they say that's way too high. So, you know... I don't know. That's definitely something I've never, you know, the whole rate, the pricing side of that thing is definitely, I don't think, like, there's no standard, I feel like. Just rent. I agree. I wish you could do, I don't know, because I think you could. It got annoying, right? Like go to the bike shop, then I gotta load it in the van, and then it's like I had to be back by a certain time. To rent a bike, dude, it's like $150, you know, for the day. It's like I just feel like I'm wasting money renting. I wish I could do like a season rental, but I feel like a season rental is gonna cost me as much as, like, you know, it's gonna cost me as much as it would be just to buy a bike. Getting a product that you don't need and don't use as compensation for it is just silly. If it's something you need and use, maybe it's worth it, especially if it is a small part of a normal video. Yeah, I agree, MR2. I just think using product as payment, it's a cop out, to be honest. I mean, Joe is my dad. Mammoth will be firing in February. Hell yeah. Sure to Mount Rose, Ski Tahoe. Loving the hotel and behind the scenes content. You've done great, sorry. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, for some reason, whenever I'm in like a hotel, I love filming. I said the NBA should have allowed you to value your videos at a higher rate. But that's kind of what I'm saying back to you is, why would the NBA make my videos a higher rate? That's what I just don't agree with, respectfully. I just don't think the NBA makes it so my videos should be more expensive compared to someone who doesn't have an NBA. Because I just don't think the NBA really plays a role in it. What are your thoughts on TGR? I think TGR is sick. I mean, they've obviously been a huge innovator kind of after Warren Miller. You know, I think TGR is sweet. When's the sticker restock coming? I don't know, man. I probably won't restock the GoPro selfie. The only one I could... yeah. I mean, I don't know. I might do a small restock of the helmet stickers, but I just don't know how long I should hold stock for, if that makes sense. For some reason I thought you were full-time van life, or do you have a home base? Yeah, I have a home. This is my dad Joe's house in Park City. So that's where I spend most of my time. The van was not built just to ski. I built it with a focus of skiing for sure, with the insulation and the heater and stuff like that. But I also wanted a 4-season. I wanted like an all-season van. If I was just building a van for skiing, I wouldn't have put any windows in it, for example. I would have probably done a little bit different on the insulation. You know, there's a few things I would have changed if I was simply just building a van for skiing, but the van was kind of built for summer camping as well. The van's not 4-wheel drive either, so you know it can only be so ski oriented. What's up, Peyton Thompson? I can use pain free in the knee. Yeah, I mean Joe wouldn't really do much for the knee, but he would. You know, Joe's very good when it comes to pain and stuff like that. He can at least help you out. Patience and prudence, that's what it is. Patience and prudence. Nerve blocks are amazing. One for my shoulder, actually twice when I had surgery. No pain that wears off. Yeah, it's definitely a, you know, I mean, everyone has different reactions to the pain management tactics, whether it's a trigger point injection or nerve block, let's say, but, you know, it can, what's their slogan? Live better, feel better, live better. I mean, their whole goal is just to try to make it more comfortable to live with the pain you have. So, family of anesthesiologists know all about that. I heard you have a biochemistry. Me too. I chose to be a dentist. Stay away from hospitals. I like having my own practice like Joe. A lot of business though. Yeah, I think that's you know, that's very sort of. It's very, what is the right word I'm kind of looking for? I don't know. I don't think noble's the right word. I'm just saying, it's like one thing to be a medical professional, whether you're a doctor or dentist, but it's also another thing to be sort of the business owner of the practice as well. So there's you're wearing a lot of hats there. Do you ever think you go, yeah, my whole plan was to go to medical school. That's why I have the biochem degree. There was a very long, you know, first 3 years of college, my plan was to go to medical school, and you know, I was taking physical chemistry, physics, calculus, you know, all different sorts of biology and chemistry. And then I I ended up just as I was like, man, I just don't feel like I have the passion to be a doctor. So, but I was so far into the curriculum of biochemistry that at this point I couldn't back out of it. You know, I didn't have time to change and go becoming whatever, an econ major or something. So I finished my biochem degree, but then because I wasn't going to medical school, Joe's just always been an advocate about education. It was like, well, you need to do something. So that was how I pivoted to an MBA. And I studied, what was I had to take the GMAT. So I reading about all this. So I was so science heavy. I mean, I didn't even know what an asset was or a liability was, you know? And so then I studied for that exam. I applied to the University of Utah Business School. I applied to the University of Colorado at Boulder. I didn't get into the University of Utah because my GMAT score was too low. I got into University of Colorado Boulder, and I was like, I toured that place. It was beautiful. I'm like, I'm out. My girlfriend dumped me at the time, so I was like, I have no reason to stay in New York anymore. That's kind of a story. I don't think I've ever really explained the whole move, but that was how that happened. And I've never been back to New York since then. Dude, if we're gonna be at Steamboat this year. 2 feet of POW. Steamboat's been looking great. I feel like it's probably one of the best places in the Rockies right now. When are you going to ski in Tahoe next? I don't know if I'll be in Tahoe this year, to be honest. I've been to Tahoe the last 2 seasons, and I just feel like I have mixed feelings about Tahoe. I love my Stoke Sweat hoodie. I get positive comments about it all the time. Love to hear that, Ron. I'm glad that the general sort of feedback on the hoodie has been good. And like I said, I tried to go with the highest quality I can get. And I like it. I think it's been holding up well through washes. I like that it's embroidered. So I'm glad you like it. Thanks for Copper One, Ron. Coming out to ski Alta. Any advanced suggestions that are must hit? My daughter up to give her girlfriend lessons. She's at PCC. Joe Kendrick. Advanced suggestions. Dude, honestly, I just feel like all of Alta, if you've never been, is going to be just like a total... The whole thing is advanced skiing. I mean, you got to ski the Traverse. I think they call it the High Traverse. Gunsight. Elf's High Rustler. I think if you really want a bucket list thing, you could hike the Baldy Chutes if they're open. Wildcat Laps are really good. I don't think you're going to go wrong with anything in Alta. We have an Alta expert in here. I don't know if he's still in here, Justin. But enjoy. Definitely check out Snowbird as well. NBA equals motherfucker bad attitude. Can we get a house tour? That is something I will not do. It is not my house to give a tour from, and yeah, I don't need to put that on the internet. This is as much as the house tours you'll get. Get your own bike. I know. That's what I need to pay more. Does beginner solitude have better beginner terrain? I think they both have pretty good options, to be honest. I think both will be pretty friendly to beginner terrain. How long at Park Cities is supposed to be warm? No idea, man. I'd probably just look at the weather app. East Village, what do you think of the name? Heard there'd be a run 5 miles long when completed. East Village. I feel like that's boring. Like, really? You couldn't have gotten anything else? You have like Deer Crest, Snow Park, Silver Lake, and then you go East Village? Kind of sounds lame. But whatever. It's all good. What's the Stoke squad? The hats are definitely my favorite. I'm very happy with how the hats came out. You think the Deer Valley didn't have a train park? I do not think the Deer Valley. I don't think there will be a train park there. There used to be a train park at Deer Valley. I remember a very long time ago. But I do not think the expansion will have a train park. I could be wrong. But I don't think that's going to be a focus for them. Lucas's college girlfriend said, "I thought you were going to be a doctor." You're not. You might not be wrong on that one. What's up, Jesse? Been a minute since I've been in the chat. What up, dude? Out of curiosity, what gives you mixed feelings about Tahoe? More than anything, the snow quality. I mean, the snow is just so incredibly inconsistent. Both times I've been there was on massive storms. I'm talking, 3, 4, 5 feet in a few days. And I just felt like I had such high expectations. And then, for one, the mountains don't even open because the storms are so gnarly. And then when they do open, everyone in the Tahoe area goes skiing and everything's skied up in the first, 45 minutes. So I just feel like it's a hard thing. But again, I've never lived there. I don't ski Tahoe a lot. So I'm sure, again, as with any place in any location, if you live there and you ski the place a lot, you're going to have a different experience. That's kind of my thing with it. I think the number one thing is the snow quality. To be honest, just sucks. That's just the way it is. You get the very heavy snowpack. I think the terrain in Tahoe was second to none. Whether it's Sugar Bowl, Palisades, Alpine Meadows side. I mean, I think the terrain has never been the Kirkwood. Kirkwood's got some of the sickest terrain I've ever been to at a mountain. The place that just really is tough is the snow quality. Do custom insoles solve? Absolutely. That's probably the biggest thing custom footbeds do is help any sort of foot pain. And a lot of it is with people with high arches or flat feet. Off the shelf model, if you look at what a insole or footbed is, it's just like it's a piece of foam basically. So I mean, the number one thing I would recommend investing in is a custom footbed. What's up, Nipple Bob Crane? It's been a minute, man. Good to see you, Kyle. We are headed to Beaver Creek, Vale in March. Can't wait. Love your inspiring content, Amanda and Brian. Hello, Amanda and Brian. Have fun in Beaver Creek and Vale. Both are great mountains. Room tour. Oh my god. I'll give you guys a very brief. I'm not gonna get up and walk around, but I'll show you kind of what I got going on. If I can get my camera off the tripod. I don't think this is the content anyone asked for other than Henry, but we're gonna do it. All my camera's plugged in, so. Oh god, you guys can see my Lord Farquaad haircut. So. Yeah, this is my monitor. My laptop is right here. Behind here, those are all my paintball jerseys. This is some racing stuff. I keep my paintball masks and my paintball bag down there. That is my bed. That is where no magic happens. That's kind of the background, you know. There's a closet right there. That's how I get out. I think that's about it. It's nothing too crazy. I try to keep my room clean. There you go. Enjoy the only room tour that will ever happen. Kitchen tour. There will be no kitchen tour. Hitting a little comment tomorrow with the snow coming in. I think because I was just my last video was from up there, I'll probably do something different. As much as it kind of pains me. But I think just for variety, I'm thinking I want to try to score Deer Valley Pow Day because I think Deer Valley Pow Days can be really fun. But I don't know if tomorrow's going to be the day or if Friday's going to be the better day. I don't know. California snow is heavy and wet. Mountain is awesome. I agree. Would it be a mistake to plan a trip to Elta and the Bird and not stay at the resort? How often does the road to the resorts close? I think, I mean, the last video was the first time I ever stayed up at the mountain, at the cliff. It was a very cool experience, albeit it's expensive. So I think if you could swing it, I think it's a cool thing to do. The road is only gonna close if it's like if it's storming, and it storms a lot. Like if it just snows, 6 inches or something, the UDOT and everything like that, they can, for the most part, they're not just gonna close the road. When we get big storm cycles and we get 50 inches of snow continuously, like that's when you'll see the road close. So if you can, and you can. And you can look at the weather. If you're coming in during a big storm cycle, you might have a little bit more of a problem. But if you're just coming in and there's no snow, they're not just gonna close the road. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I mean, they can always do whatever. They can always do anything, but. Yeah. I mean, the Rad Dads will be at Snowbird February 5th, 6th. My son Keegan wants me to yell blueberry pancakes if I see you. Let's go. Blueberry pancakes. What up, Levi? Love hearing these stories. Lucas, your honest perspective is certainly refreshing. Maybe I'll just disappear off this earth because I said something that someone doesn't want me to say, but that's what it is. I'm transparent with what's going on. To be honest, I'm being transparent about being honest. Thanks for the suggestion. System over a couple weeks. My favorites are in Utah. Nice, Joe. Have you skied Stowe, Vermont? I believe I skied Stowe a very long time ago. Yeah, if you get a custom footbed, you can usually, you can use it in other boots. They will usually outlast the boot, typically. It's crazy that some random woman in CNY created Lord Risley Bear. I know. Maybe I'll find this random woman someday. Thank you for making Lord Risley Bear. What's up, DC? Oh damn, it's about that time. I have clips from DC. I think I have 3 clips from DC. I have a clip from Eric. And we have the Garage Gang. I knew we got restaurant recommendations in Beaver Creek. All are super expensive. How come you never visited Italy? Because of money. Is rent expensive in Utah? I think it just depends where, you know, where you're renting. It changes pretty drastically. Lord Farquaad, King of the Grizzly Bears. Damn, I thought I wasn't Lord Farquaad because of my haircut. You know, I tried so hard not to be Lord Farquaad. Snow starts to taper off tomorrow evening. Very little snow Thursday night. Tomorrow to Friday, but Friday should have plenty of stashes. Interesting. We need more clips. That's why I sent as much as I did. I know you sent a lot of clips. I took the clip I'm showing, I took and I had to cut it down. The clips got to be on the shorter side or else it's just too long for people to sit and watch. So I did take one of your clips and I cut it. But your clips might be some of the most entertaining clips I've received. Very different clips from what DC to Eric, I will say that. You keep some merch in Luna. I do not keep any merchandise. All the merchandise is print on demand, so I don't actually have any. I don't have any inventory of merch with me. I sent one skiing clip. Is it too late to send clips for the stream? Levi, if you can send me... If you send me a clip, I can get it in. Just make it a short... yeah, just... As long as it's not super long, that's all I ask. Just because it's hard for me to manage a long clip. Let's see. We're going to start with DC. This is Devin Cross, DC Productions. DC works at Park City Mountain Resort, and I believe this was after one of the first days after the storm cycle. Got the Stoke Squad sticker on the helmet looking so sick. Orange jacket, pole cam. Oh, damn! Dude, that was a sick hit. That's a gnarly little area. Is this that Summit Bowl you were talking about? Oh! Yeah, it looks like it. There's Blue Slip. Oh, that was gnarly. I thought you were going down in that second hit. It does look good. It looks really good. It feels like this is some of the best snow from the storm. Looks blurry. Look how much snow it is right there. Maybe a good 2 feet. Oh! Yeah, that's hard to do with a pull out in front as well. There's no easy feet. Damn, DC's getting all the power. I thought you were going down there, dude. Alright, that's one clip. Let's see. I don't know what these clips are. Oh, that's a Stoke shotgun. This is another clip from DC. I believe this is the Silver Cliff off in Jupiter.
Yeah! Hey, I got my pole back!
Damn, we lost a ski.
Hit it. Yeah! Hey, I got my pole back!
Got a little twisted on the last one.
Hit it.
It's like a fun cliff band. I guess my thing with this cliff band is I feel like you're landing like across the fall line. This looks like you're going down the fall line a bit more, but it seems like to hit the cliffs, you're kind of like jumping across the fall line. Hopefully you found your ski. This is the other clip DC sent me. Let's see.
Shark fin.
Is this DC right here? Is this him in a new ski suit? Damn, what a jump turn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is DC. Okay, different ski suit.
Shark
Is
fin.
that the Abyss off Peak 5? Are those trees off Peak 5? I feel like I know where that is. Or I've seen it before. Looks good in there though too. Change of subject. Are you gonna play NXL Vegas this year? I wish I could. That is the same weekend as the Stoke Squad meetup, which has been planned before that. So, yeah, I unfortunately won't be at NXL Vegas, but if they do it again, I would definitely love to do it the following year. I was really worried about the spine edge sharks. I don't blame you. I feel like it did. They're just underneath the surface a bit more. Let's see. Levi sent me a clip. Let's see if I can get it. While I'm loading up this one. Right at the beginning of the cliff line off the Abyss, yeah. I'm not even gonna say anything. This is Eric Gulseth. I'm gonna mute myself.
This for the Stoke Squad. East Coast style.
This, I've got to be honest, this might take the cake. Dude is in his ski boots and skis on the ice with a hockey helmet and ski goggles on. Dude, that's pretty sick. You have a backyard rink.
This for
We gotta see. We gotta get
East Coast style.
Eric. You gotta get us some footage of you playing in the game. I want to see what you do on the ice. These both the same clip? They might be. I got two clips. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is from Levi. Transform. Hit the screen.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Is this one not working?
Yeah.
Squirts are better than me.
Yeah.
Is it not playing for you guys either? Or is it just me? It looks like a big 360 into the POW and we end up on our back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A clip of Eric playing hockey in skis.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that one wasn't playing for you guys either. I have another one from Levi.
Holy shit, he did it! You fucking... Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it!
Transform.
Holy shit, he did it!
Rotate.
You fucking did it!
This is Levi's
Holy shit, he did it!
first ever
You
black
fucking
backflip,
did it!
I believe.
Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it!
First time ever sending one.
Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it! Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it! Holy shit, he did it! You fucking
That's pretty sick,
did
dude.
it!
I'm not gonna lie.
Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it! Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it! Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it! Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it! Holy shit, he did it! You fucking did it!
Before I do the Garage
Holy
Gang
shit, he
photo,
did it! You fucking did it!
I don't think I have. I
Holy
don't think we
shit,
have
he did
Stoke
it!
shotguns
You
from the other
fucking
boys.
did it!
I want to give a shout out to
Holy
Ron Wilson. Is Ron Wilson still in here? Ron Wilson sent me this. If you guys don't know, Ron had a mountain biking accident or a fall late in the fall, kind of early in the year. And he had surgery. And he's just getting back out on skis. He said, new skis, new boots, new kit. Crummy, North Carolina snow, not my best day. But the point is that after a pretty big injury with a surgery, he's back on skis, which is a really big thing. So Ron, looking fire, dude. The all red Montec kit, some Rosignol's. Looks like some look pivots, I believe. The loop audio gonna make me go insane. Yeah, I can't even hear the audio, so I just turn them down so I don't kill your guys' ears. The backy. So just showing some love to Ron. It's not easy to get back out after a an injury. Ron also sends Lucas. That is true. Ron sends me some great spices and hot sauces. Stuff I didn't even know existed. Alright guys, at this point, the stream is no longer rated for kids, so please go to bed if you are a kid. I'm not claiming this is family friendly at this point. This is our beloved Garage Gang. Look rocker face. Okay, I was gonna say they look like they had the pivot toe piece, but the heel piece didn't really look like a pivot heel piece. But they are looks. Ron is the squad dad. I know we are missing Regina. This is the Garage Gang. Lots going down tonight. Lot going down tonight. My friend was so hyped on that one. Lucas, what would you say is the hardest aspect of having a public presence, if any? Or is it all good times? Oofda. Oofda. Definitely want to say I would say majority it's good times, but there's definitely some drawbacks. I mean, the comments you get online can be, kind of shitty sometimes, especially in an industry like skiing. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty positive, but there's definitely a fair share of, of unfortunate comments. And I think just like always trying to do the right thing, that might have came out wrong, but just like, you know, if I ski in a wrong way that might have less etiquette, you know, I get blasted for it, right? And it doesn't matter how many times you do something correctly. The one time you do something incorrectly, that's what people notice. For instance, the Park City video at Scotts Bowl, when I skied very close to someone, you know, I got my fair share of heat from that, but I don't feel like I was in the wrong for it. So that's all. Sometimes I feel like I'm always trying to be this perfect fucking person, and the reality is I'm just not. I have a side of me that doesn't always want to be like that. So, you know, that's probably one of the more difficult aspects. I mean, I never thought this would get to 60,000 people like it is now. And I just, you know, especially in an industry as small as skiing, and an industry as small as Utah skiing, right? Like, people know what the van looks like, so that's all. I mean, you know, but just the comments is probably the most difficult part. I mean, I'm kind of saying just kind of fuck you to a lot of them at this point, but we got one garage dog. I don't know who's in the mask. Who's wearing the mask? It is a creepy mask, dude. When I first saw the photo, I thought it was like the dude's face. And then I realized, I don't think I've ever seen this homie on the immediate left. Matt has a sledgehammer for some reason. This is a nice looking garage. We are missing Pablo. We're missing Celeste. Dude, I haven't seen your brother in a while, Dakota. Hopefully Mr. Z is good. Pharaoh, where's Pharaoh been? Dude, we are missing some OGs. We need a reunion. Well, guys, it is that time. Time for me to eat dinner. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for keeping it real with me. And I just really enjoyed this evening stream. I hope you guys found some value in it or entertainment. You know, whatever it is. None of the above. All the above. But I'm glad we could share this time together. So I appreciate you guys. And that's all I got to say. I'm gonna go make some food. I love you all. Good night.